Welcome to Random Spirit Podcast. I am your host, Cynthia. Before we dive into today's episode, I just want to share some freebies that I have going on. I have a chakra healing checklist for you. It is in a Google document form, and you just go through and you check whatever it is that resonates with you. The more checks you have is the chakra that is calling to be transformed. After filling this out, there is a link in the form where you can copy and paste and book a free soul shift session. I guide you towards listening and connecting with your energy centers. I give you tips and guidance towards the transformation it is that you desire. Freebie number 2 is a money workshop. I am so excited to present this free 2-day money workshop. Uncover the layers of your money story. The story you've been telling yourself about money is ready to be rewritten. It's time to sit with those limiting beliefs and let them go. Join me May 1st and May 2nd, 12 p.m. Pacific time. The links will be in the bio. Now to today's episode. My name is Cynthia, your podcast host. I am a chakra guide and healer that guides women through healing generational trauma and breaking the cycle. Today's episode, we are talking about the sensual flow is all feminine things. We're unlocking the divine feminine within our sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is the water element. This is located below the navel. This is your womb space. The color is orange, and what governs this chakra, this is pleasure, okay? This is emotions, this is your creativity, your sensuality, this is relationships, this is the energy of receiving, the divine feminine. With the sacral chakra, we connect with the womb space physically and energetically. A lot of women hold trauma in this energy center. We tend to have this wounded feminine energy, and the wounded feminine energy, this can look like, you're overgiving and you were undernourished, right? You don't fill your own cup. You don't rest. You don't give yourself any time for self-love or even self-care. You don't allow flow. You have anxiety and you have these issues with control, this power dynamic of control. The sacral chakra is the portal to birth. Not only is it physically, but it is also energetically. We birth ideas. This is where ideas come from. We birth projects and creations and relationships. We create things within the womb space. Emotions are our sacred messengers. The sacral chakra is the water element, okay? We are meant to feel through our emotions. No matter if you are a male or a female, you have feminine, divine feminine energy in your sacral chakra, and it looks different for everyone. So the divine feminine, you're receptive. And if you're in conversation with someone, you take the role of actually listening, right? You're not, when the other person is speaking and, you interrupt them and you chime in, you sit and you listen and you're receptive. There's this societal conditioning around women that we're too much and we're too emotional. We're throwing that out, okay? We are not too much. We are not too emotional. We have the ability to tap into this energy center and regulate ourselves. Emotions are meant to be processed. We are meant to express our emotion in healthy ways. And growing up, everyone's trauma is different. Everyone's childhood is different. Our parents did not have that, right? Our parents did not know how to even regulate or process through. And this is where us as cycle breakers, we find ways to go on and process these emotions, what can live in the sacral area. There's just like a lot of trauma, whether it's sexual trauma or suppressed anger, suppressed sadness. And once you open this energy center and let's just say anger comes up, right? And that can manifest into anxiety, and it's just like a bunch of things. So with that anger, you sit with the anger and you allow the anger to flow in a healthy way. One of the things that I have a lot of my clients do, and you can go on and do this with your kids too, I like to grab a bucket, like a big bucket, and I like to add water. This is the sacral chakra, y'all, with the motions. You add water, you fill it up, and you take turns, whether it's like by yourself or with, someone else, with your kids, and you scream into this, right? You can go on and do like what I do. Sometimes I'm extra and I like to set an intention. I like to, sit with my kids and be like, what is it that we are releasing? And we dump our heads in the water and we scream as loud as we can. Signs of an imbalanced sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, when it's imbalanced, this can either look like it's overactive. This is like a lot of energy and you can't contain it and it's out of control. Or it can be underactive or just completely blocked or stagnant. So an overactive sacral chakra can look like you are having a lot of sex. It's going to be like hypersexual, right? This can be codependency as well, emotional overwhelm, a huge lack of boundaries, but also you can be addicted to pleasure. This is an unhealthy relationship to pleasure. An underactive sacral chakra, this can be just a creative block. This is shame around sexuality, which I can understand because, we grew up in a time where sex was taboo. We didn't talk about it. It made us uncomfortable. So, shame with sexuality and a disconnection from your body, a disconnection from your emotions. All this stems from the wounded feminine. Another huge sign of a blocked sacral chakra has to do with your intuition. We all are open to our intuition. We all can tap into it. And when we don't listen to our intuition, our sacral chakra is blocked. If you cannot tap into or even listen to your body, the intuition can come in many ways. A lot of the people that I work with, it's their actual body. Their body gives them signs. Here are signs that you are tapped into your divine feminine energy and you are tapped into your sacral chakra. You listen to your intuition. The intuition lives in the sacral chakra. It is also connected to the third eye and the crown. The intuition is your deeper knowing. This is your higher self speaking to you. And one of the ways is speaking to you through you. And the difficulty with this, a lot of times, a lot of the clients that I have, and I've been in this too, where it's like, okay, I'm seeking answers outside of myself because I don't necessarily trust myself. A lot of people explain it as like, oh, well, I don't know, it's just like a gut feeling. And that gut feeling can save you and guide you through a lot of things. A lot of the times it can be as simple as, you talking to your guides, you really connecting to your guides, asking your guides about a situation, and then you are in the situation and then you feel off or whatever. Listening to your intuition, listening to your body, listening to your gut without external validation. It's all about trusting what your body tells you. Creativity, she creates life, the womb space, the energy of the sacral chakra creates life, not just biologically, but through ideas. This is art, this is expression. This includes, storytelling, writing, painting, dreaming, and so much more. You have emotional wisdom. The divine feminine energy embraces emotions as sacred messages, not burdens. She allows herself to feel deeply. She's not in victimhood. She allows whatever emotions to flow. And when they do surface, she knows that she's safe. She knows that she can go on and express. And when I say she, I'm talking about the divine feminine within you. You are receptive, receptivity. You're open to receiving support in so many ways. So, what is your definition of abundance? A lot of the times when I'm in session and, I'm speaking to a client and I'm like, girl, what is your definition to abundance? And it always comes to money. No, open your mind and look further, look beyond what you can see. Take a step back. What is abundance to you? For myself, life is just abundance, and the lessons and the people that I interact with are abundance. What is your definition of abundance? With receptivity, also, she trusts that she does not have to hustle at all. We are not in this hustle culture, and she magnetizes. She is a magnet to all good things. Nurturing, she holds space to nurture herself and nurture others. She embodies compassion, empathy, and she's present. She is in the here, she is in the now. She's not in the future, she's not hyper focused on the future, hyper focused on the past. We are today in the now. Connection, this has to do with your relationships. This is sisterhood. This can be community, and this is a sacred space to express vulnerability. We are connected to the water element, connect to spirit, and connect with the divine feminine within you herself. Connect to her, talk to her, ask her. That's where I come in the sessions that I do. I am a guide and I guide you and I give you step by step how to connect to your divine energy. Not only that, how you can connect to your energy centers. Lastly, how you know you're connected to your divine feminine, you are tapped into her, your sacral chakra. Healing and alchemy. You transmute the pain into power. You were not in this victimhood. This is amazing. This is beautiful. This is next level healing. We are not in this, stuck in this energy of, the past, and we're not in this like, oh, I really, really need. We're not in this place of lack. And anything it is that you have been through, you are just shifting your perspective. You're in the darkness, you've gone through the darkness, and there is light in the darkness. And how you do this is you transmute the pain into power, birthing new versions of yourself through shadow work, through the actual shadow work. And please, please understand that it starts with you. You need to realize, you need to be self-aware and actually ready to go on and take that step to healing. You need shadow work. If that triggers you, inner work, whatever it is that you want to call it, you need to sit in the darkness. You need to trust that you are going to find the light. You need to have that hope, that faith that you are going to find the light, because you are. You are the light. It is covered with trauma. And as we peel the layers, you start to see the light within you. That is you, your true, authentic self. Rebirth, seeing yourself die, feeling yourself die. This is grief. Healing the parts of you, healing the parts of you that have been hurt, and seeing those parts of you, loving the fuck out of you, and holding space for you and telling that part of you, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. We are going to alchemize, we are going to transmute, and we're going to move forward. How can we connect to our sacral chakra, our divine feminine, sexual, sensual, creative, all the things? How can we connect to her? One of the ways is through movement, dancing, your hip area. Move it around, set an intention, and just move them hips around. Yoga is a way that I connected to my divine feminine energy. And when you're doing yoga or you're doing any type of hip movement with intention and you feel like you're ready to heal, make sure that you have support Crazy things can come up from your past, things that you have forgot about, and just be easy on yourself, hold space, whether you have a friend, whether it's a partner, a family member, make sure that you have support and someone to be in their divine feminine energy and be receptive to you, for you in the space where you are healing. Water rituals, actually connecting to the water element. Sacral chakra is a water element. Water represents emotions. This you can do so many things with. Like I said, you can grab a bucket of water, fill that bitch up, and scream into it. You can add things to the water. You can grab the water and just put it around your womb area while you're showering. You can, say a mantra or just envision, if you're visual, envision the negativity through the day or envisioning your trauma going away. Swimming, crying, anything having to do with the water element, connect with that, use that so you can listen to what your wounded feminine is saying. My favorite, y'all, journaling, releasing your emotions through journaling. Sometimes it can be difficult to, speak to someone, you feel like no one's there. So many ways that you can do this. Grabbing a pen, grabbing that journal, and just writing away. I remember there was a time in my life, your girl was channeling her inner teen, and this girl had a lot to say. She was angry, she was raging, and after about a week of channeling her and journaling and stuff like that, I was able to just, sit with her and let her know, girl, you're exhausted. I understand you're angry, but let's go on and let's tone it down a bit. I'm safe. It's okay. It's all right. Also with journaling, actual inner child work. I'm going to say it's shadow work. When I say shadow work, I mean we sit down with different versions of ourselves, whether this is through meditation, whether this is through actual journaling. We sit down with 20-year-old Cynthia or however old you were during the time that trauma happened, and you hold space for them. You listen to them. And even if you're not visual and you can't hold a conversation and stuff like that, you grab a photo and you have that picture of you and you sit with that picture, you stare at that picture, whatever emotions come up, whether it's a memory, whatever, allow those to flow through and express that in a healthy way. Tap into your divine feminine with creativity, however this looks like for you, whether it's coloring, whether it's drawing, painting, making a fucking mess with the canvas, not making any sense, just be creative. What is it that you can create? And if not, if you can't or you don't want to, go on and lie down, put your hands around your womb space and speak. What is it that you want to create? Or what is the first step? Is this creating that YouTube channel? Is this creating a routine for yourself? Really honing in on that creation, because regardless whether you are a male or a woman or you don't have an actual physical womb space, you have the energy of it. You hold the energy in your sacral chakra. Connect to your divine feminine and ask, what is it that you are longing? What is it that we are going to be creating together? Healers heal too. I am going through my journey of healing my relationship with women, healing the sister wounds. I am healing my divine feminine energy as well. This is something that I actually still do struggle with the divine feminine, with being open to receive. I am not a words of affirmation girl. I do not like physical touch. I am still working on my sacral area, and channeling my divine feminine can be uncomfortable, but You need to sit in that uncomfortability. You need to be open to that uncomfortability so that you can heal. One of the first steps that I did healing my sacral chakra, this is just me, this is for me. I had the IUD, this is like the birth control, and I took it out. And that was the beginning of me healing my sacral chakra, my spirit, my soul has been longing to have the sacral chakra healed, and there was so many things that were stored in there and that were ready to come to the surface. And when I took that birth control out, your girl was having a lot of emotions just like flowing through. I feel like when I had my birth control, it blocked my emotions. It blocked a lot of the feeling that I had. When I took it out, everything was just overly stimulating and too much for me. Now, when I took it out, I was doing sacral chakra yoga at the time, and this was intense. Okay. I am the type of person where if I see trauma or I see something that needs to be healed, I like to hit that bitch head on. And when I tell you, there's a pose in yoga that's called Happy Baby. And I was just there with my legs up and I was, going back and forth. And it was just so much. And I cried. Okay. I was purging. I purged for months. And I feel like I needed that. That is my healing. And this is my story. And I am so happy that I made the decision to take the IUD out. I just feel like energetically, and because I believe in energy, it was blocking my creativity. It was blocking so much. During that time, I had issues trying to create, trying to make connection. I was closed off. I've had the IUD out for 2 years and my body is still regulating. I've been on birth control for a long time and I'm finally getting normal periods and just really feeling my sacral area, and she speaks to me and I'm able to tap to my divine feminine energy and my intuition, and it's beautiful and I love it. We are now at the end of the episode and here we do card pulls. So what is it that the sacral chakra wants to say? Ooh, I love this. Your sacral chakra is asking for vulnerability. Your sacral chakra is asking for you to be naked. Release, setting oneself free. I'm going to be reading the guidebook. Escaping from confinement, setting oneself free. The release card openly invites you to move on. It is time to shake off the old and welcome the new. She is tired. She throws in the towel and she is ready to transform. She is ready to release old patterns of herself. She's ready to heal. Your sacral chakra is ready to step into the healing space. The next card is transform. This is radical change, internal shift. A process of radical change, internal shift in nature or form. You are called to surrender to radical changes happening in your life or within you. It is time to leave behind the old ways of thinking and responding that are no longer serving you. What parts of your divine wounded feminine are ready to be let go? What parts of you are exhausted? This collective energy that I'm feeling, she is tired, y'all. And rest. She's telling me rest. You need to rest. There is healing in you resting. There is healing in the stillness. Allow the divine feminine to speak to you through stillness. I'm going to show these cards again, and this is your divine feminine. This is your sacral chakra speaking to you, telling you it is time to cut the bullshit. It is time to be self-aware. We are healing old versions of ourselves. We meet our shadows with love. We never disregard our shadows. That is it for today's episode. Thank you all that tune in and listen. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple, if there's any way to engage or leave a comment, go on and do that. See you in the next video.